Hi everyone, welcome back to Scented Moments channel. I'm Jolima. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all safe. And in this video, I want to talk about my top 10 favorite green fragrances. So green fragrances weren't always my favorite type of fragrances. This category for me was a bit off because of its overly floral nature, overly dusty and musty nuances. So I was not always a big fan of green fragrances, but well, I'm in this hobby, let's say more deep into this hobby since 2016, and so as you try more fragrances, your nose develops, your taste change constantly. So now I have here 10 fantastic green fragrances that I absolutely love. And so I will not mention any of these fragrances in a specific order. The first one being from the house of Nishane, and this is such a unique fragrance. This is a green fragrance, a green amber fragrance, and it is Nishane Ambra Calabria. This one right here, and you can see how much I already wore this. I have this since 2018, and yeah, I already gave this a big dent. Ambra Calabria has amber, of course, sweet amber with jasmine, with a lot of galbanum. You will see a lot of fragrances here that share this note, galbanum. Galbanum always gives a very green floral nature to the fragrance, and this one also has lots of bergamot in the opening. I absolutely love this one. It's very unique. It's green, sweet, vanillic, ambery, with the floral nature of the jasmine. This is a fantastic scent, a green amber fragrance that it's very unique and it's very long lasting. This projects a lot. After all, this is an extrait de parfum, and usually Nishane fragrances last and perform really well. So first mention is Ambra Calabria from Nishane, a fantastic green fragrance. Now the next fragrance that I want to mention, it's a classic from the house of Guerlain, and it is Vetiver EDT. I mean, just the look of this bottle says everything. Of course, this is a green woody fragrance, and the most prominent note, of course, is the vetiver. This is a classic, this is a staple, this is a must-have. If you love vetiver fragrances, this is a must-have. This is very gentlemanly, very masculine, very sophisticated, and this is of course all about bergamot, lemon, nutmeg, lots of vetiver with tobacco and tonka bean. This also, because of the vetiver, is very pronounced, has a grassy nature here, and it's quite green. It's a green woody fragrance done to perfection. This is a staple. Absolutely love this one from the house of Guerlain, a green woody fragrance that meets no rival. It is Vetiver from Guerlain EDT. The next fragrance that I have here is from House of Tom Ford, and unfortunately this one is discontinued. It's from the Vert collection, and that Vert collection is fantastic. Sadly discontinued. This is the only Vert that I have, and it is Vert de Bois. Vert de Bois from Tom Ford. This fragrance is green, so damp and musty. Man, this is fantastic. So you have here, and it also has like a vinegar nuance in here, because this has olive leaves, this has lots of patchouli, so it's quite earthy. This has oak moss. It's green, earthy, musty. You have oak moss. It's fantastic. I absolutely love this one. This is very gentleman. This is very masculine type of scent. And it also has lavender in here, so to make things, to lift things a bit more. But this fragrance is absolutely stunning. A green, musty, earthy, dirty, grassy fragrance, and with this vinegar-esque feel. is wonderful. I absolutely love this. It's quite unique, and this goes more into the classics, to the 80 powerhouses, to the masculine fragrances, to the gentlemanly, more mature, old school fragrances. But this is not outdated, not at all. Vert de Bois, it's stunning. Vert l'Encens, it's also fantastic. Sadly, both fragrances are discontinued, but still, this is one of my all-time favorite green fragrances. And actually, this is the reason why this fragrance, Vert de Bois, is the reason why I love and I appreciate green fragrances. Tom Ford, Vert de Bois, also stunning performance. I mean, if you are able to sample it, if you are able to get a bottle for a reasonable price, I think you should go for it. If not, then just skip it. You have more fantastic green fragrances out there. Next fragrance that I have here is from the house of Porfumum Roma, and boy, this is outstanding. Probably the best fig fragrance that I have in my collection, and it is Ichnusa. Ichnusa is a fresh green fragrance, and here you have grass, you have fig leaves, you have fig wood and myrtle. You have also the fig fruit, but oh man, this is so realistic. It has a natural feeling to it, like all Porfumum Roma fragrances have this natural, realistic feel. This is so good. Also has like a resinous touch, like this resinous tree feel, like, or you are broken the fig leaf, and then you can smell the resin of the leaf. So it's how I interpreted this resin feel. It's fantastic. This fragrance is all about fig leaves. It's incredibly realistic, so it's very green, and with the grass also helps to enhance the green part of this fragrance. Oh man, it feels like you are in the Mediterranean coast, basically. It's stunning. So realistic, fresh, green, fruity. It's fun. It's fantastic. If you are searching for a fig fragrance, fig leaf type of scent, check no more. This is the one to go. Is Ichnusa from Porfumum Roma. Next fragrance that I have here, it's a designer from the house of Hermès, and this is one of my latest acquisitions, and this is very well known. It is Un Jardin sur le Nil. Un Jardin sur le Nil doesn't need any introduction. This is very well cherished in the fragrance community for a reason. So this is also a fresh green fragrance, and very transparent, very watery, like almost all fragrances from the Un Jardin collection. I also have Un Jardin Méditerranée, but I'm not mentioning that fragrance because it also has a fig leaf, and because I already mentioned Ichnusa, so I wanted to put here more diversity in this list. And Un Jardin sur le Nil, it even feels more green. Un Jardin sur le Nil feels greener, at least to my nose, than Un Jardin Méditerranée. This one has green mango, has tomato leaf, has a peony, hyacinth, calamus. So the end result, it's quite vegetable, if that makes sense. It's very watery, it's green, a bit fruity, and it smells so good. This is a wonderful fragrance, perfect for spring and summertime. It's a fantastic creation of Jean-Claude Ellena, definitely. All feels very natural. It definitely puts you in the place and in the mood. Absolutely love this one. And if you want to dive into green fragrances, green, fresh fragrances, this one is a fantastic starter. It is Un Jardin sur le Nil from Hermès. The next fragrance that I have here is from the house of Amouage, and no, it's not Beached Man. You know that I don't appreciate that fragrance, at least for now, but it's a very underrated fragrance from this house, and it is Memoir Man. This one right here. So Memoir Man, although the color of this bottle, it's a bit deceiving, It's black and silver. Love this combination, by the way. This has a heavy green part because you have mint, you have basil, you have absinthe, and then you have oak moss in the base. You have lots of frankincense. Actually, frankincense is the most prominent note here. And man, this is outstanding. This is green, but very dark and very balsamic, very dry. And you have the mint in here that put things a bit more light, but not too light. It creates a fresh green part, but the incense in here, it's outstanding. Literally smells like you are in the dark forest. Any green dark forest, of course. Fantastic. This is fantastic. Actually, if you like, for example, Vert de Bois from Tom Ford, if you're searching for a fragrance that goes in this category, I think this is a fantastic alternative, and especially if you find a great deal in the online discounters. They are still different. I think the Vert de Bois has that vinegar feel. It's more musty here. This one is more dry, and of course has an overdose of incense that it's done to perfection in here. Actually, this one is one of my favorite incense fragrances. This is one of my favorite Amouage. It's in my top 3 favorite Amouage fragrances. This is outstanding. So again, you have the mint, you have the absinthe, the basil, so you have this herbaceous fresh green part, but then you have the oak moss, the leather, I'm sorry, you have the leather, you have the frankincense, so you also have more heavy woody balsamic notes. It's a very unique scent. Nonetheless, it's Memoir Man from Amouage. Next fragrance I have here is from the house of Bruno Acampora, created by Miguel Matos, and it is Young Hearts. Actually, I really do like the bottle presentation, and the color of the letter says everything. This is a wonderful green fragrance. This is a eau de parfum concentration, and literally smells like you are in this magic forest. So you have an overdose of Gabbana, you have jasmine, tons of oak moss and patchouli. Man, this is so good. Very green, very floral, but still it's quite woodsy and earthy at the same time. You have also bergamot in the opening, has a fizziness in here, but this is magical. I absolutely love this fragrance. You have lots of floral nuances in here. I also think that you have ylang ylang, but don't quote me on that, don't remember, but the floral nuances in here, aside the galbanum, you have also of course the jasmine that I mentioned. It's very prominent. You also have birch leaf in here, so this is very green, floral, and yet has a dark nature in here because of the oak moss and the patchouli. It's wonderful. I absolutely love this. It's quite unique, but if you like fragrances like, well, Chanel number 19, which I will be mentioning in the next couple of minutes, but if you love green fragrances overall, I think this is a fantastic alternative. It's a great representation of a green fragrance. It's fantastic, and it feels vintage. I love the way that this fragrance is blended. It feels quite vintage. It feels like a fragrance that you will not smell nowadays. It's fantastic. I absolutely love this one. It's Young Hearts by Bruno Acampora. And well, talking about Chanel number 19, here it is. Chanel number 19 Eau de Parfum. Absolutely love this one. Actually, if I would do this in an order, I think this would be my number 1. This is so good. Wow. I finally have this one in my collection, and it was a recent purchase actually. This has, of course, galbanum, and iris. These two fragrance notes are the most prominent in Chanel number 19. It's the iris and Gabbana. Fantastic combination, very unique. And then you have jasmine, you have rose, you have lily of the valley. So I mean, you have tons of floral nuances in here, but this is very unisex. I mean, I don't consider this as a very feminine fragrance. I love this. This for me, it's all about the Gabbana and iris. I love iris, and I think I also love Gabbana. So this is a perfect combination and feels natural. And it's very sophisticated. This is a very sophisticated fragrance, very versatile. I mean, you can wear this in the office, in the more formal events, even in a date-night scenario. Why not? I think this is very versatile and it's very pleasant. It's a Chanel overall. So I think this is a very high-quality scent. If you love green fragrances, this is a staple, this is a must-have. Chanel number 19 Eau de Parfum, and I absolutely love the classic bottle presentation of Chanel fragrances. The next fragrance that I have here is from a Portuguese niche perfume brand. It is Comporta Perfumes, and actually I already talked about their fragrances in some of my videos. I love their offerings. I have 3 of them. And this one is stunning. It is Okazu, created by Stephanie Bacouche. Also, I love the bottle presentation of Comporta Perfumes. This is an extrait de parfum, and this is all about petit grain, bergamot, tuberose, lots of tuberose in here. You have jasmine, have lots of ylang ylang as well. And actually ylang ylang, it's not one of my favorite floral notes, not at all, but here it's done to perfection. You have also coriander and benzoin. You have also hay in here, and although I think it's not featured, has an official note, but also has a Gabbana feel in here. It's a very floral, very hay-like fragrance. Definitely it smells like you are leaving the beach and entering into a forest with sand all over the place. Oh man, this is stunning. Again, feels natural. Definitely puts me in the more tropical vacation feel. It's quite uplifting actually because of that. And it's very unique, actually. It's quite unique. It's like a blend of Carnal Flower with Chanel number 19. Stunning scent. Absolutely love this one, and I think this brand deserves more attention. And this fragrance in particular, if you love green fragrances, I think this is a fragrance that you should check out, is Okazu from Comporta Perfumes. And last but definitely not least, from the house of Baruti. Baruti is a Dutch indie brand that I absolutely love their offerings. I already have 4 of his offerings, and this one is my latest acquisition, this one and Dama Cupa, which is a breathtakingly amazing iris fragrance. This one that I have here, it's green, and it is Tindrer. Yeah, it seems like you are pronouncing Tinder. But this one I have for a week now, and as you can see, it seems like I already wore this this much, but no, actually this came with some kind of flaw, with a defect. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened. This is brand new, sealed inside the box. I don't know what happened here. Dama Cupa is just fine, it's full, but this one, yeah, it's like this. But well, nonetheless, this is one of the fragrances that if I will end this bottle, I will purchase another one because it's that good. You have grass in here, you have also green leaves, you have ambergris also that creates a nice salty nature in here. You also have oak moss, loads of oak moss, very mossy, woodsy. and of course I have the Gabbana in here, and also violet. This is a stunning green to the max, very full-on grassy, leafy, salty fragrance, and with a hint of a ozonic nuance. But definitely the green part is the most prominent one. After all, you have the green leaves, the grass, the Gabbana, the oak moss. It's so good and so masculine, and it's very sexy if you ask me. This is a very sexy green fragrance. It's fantastic. This is an extrait de parfum and will last you through the entire day and evening. You can fill a room with this fragrance. A fantastic scent. With Chanel number 19, also my favorite. If I would do this in a specific order, it would be tough to know which one would be my number one, this one or number 19. Both of them are still different. Chanel number 19 with the parfum, it's more sophisticated, more elegant, more classy. This one is more rough, this one is more intense, and it's more complex, if you ask me. The ambergris with the violet, it's stunning. Absolutely love it. So again, is Tindrer from the house of Baruti. Again, I don't know what happened with this bottle, unfortunately, but well, it's what I have for the moment. Still fantastic scent right here. It's Tindrer from Baruti. Guys, hope you enjoy this list. Tell me in the comments down below if you enjoy green fragrances. What are your favorite green fragrances? Tell me everything in the comments down below, guys. See you in the next video. Take care. Ciao.